Hi guys, I'm back up here with another daily motivational message for the collective. Remember, all messages are not for all, they're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest. As well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those, you know what to do. DM me. We can get you set up. Come fuck with your girl, okay? I would love to hear from you guys and start the discussion. As well as, let's go and share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? So that's about it. We got one card from the meat and potatoes of this deck here. This is the Law of Attraction Oracle cards here, I believe. These ones. You can use these in a minute. We're using those today. With 3 cards to clarify from the regular tarot, the black ones, okay? All right, let's get it popping, okay? So the message has to do with patience, okay? It says, I am patient, persistent, and disciplined in pursuing my goals, okay? What this is saying here in these moments in time here, when it comes to manifesting and creating things and being a master manifester and being a, I guess, what would you call it? A magician? A wizard? Right? One of the two, you know, whatever you resonate with, right? It has to do with really putting your boots to the soil, right? Because you got to understand, faith without works is dead, right? You're going to have to put some wands in. You're going to have to take some actions to even do some things, right? To even create something, right? This is someone tilling to their harvest. This is someone planting the seeds and keeping the upkeep of their garden, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time here, okay? Understanding that there will be harvest season, but within, before harvest season, you're going to have to till your garden, right? This is that type of energy. Protecting your garden, protecting your crops, making sure there's no weeds, making sure no certain insects or certain, I don't know, chemicals and things get on your plants and shit and fuck your shit up. Making sure you taking care of your base so things can flourish in the way that it needs to, right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time. And a lot of, when it comes to the things that we desire in our life in general, right? It's going to require some time, energy, resources, and patience behind that shit. You're going to go through some trials and tribulations to make sure, this is like God trying to make sure you really want what the fuck you are asking for, because you got to be ready for what you're asking for, right? Because like D-Boom would say, it's easy to obtain things, but it's hard to maintain them, right? It's a full-time job to maintain your manifestation, right? So God's going to put you through trials and tribulations, through the ringer before giving you what you want to make sure you're ready for what you want, right? This is that type of energy, yeah. And even though we may be going through our trials and tribulations, trying to make things work, trying to make things stick, trying to make things, make something out of nothing, right? Try to low key, what am I getting here? Get it out the mud, right? This is that type of energy here in these moments in time. With this Hermit card, you have to continue to move forward on your journey. This goes back to making sure your boots are on the ground, right? This is that type of energy, making sure, despite what you are experiencing, that the boots are on the ground. So you're constantly in rotation. You're constantly tilling to your harvest, despite if it looks like your harvest ain't growing. Sometimes our harvest, sometimes our garden looks like it's being stunted, right? And it can come off with that illusion that it's being stunted, or it's not growing, or it's not coming into fruition, right? And that's just to throw you off your square. That's the opposition trying to throw you off of your square. You have to continue to till that garden, even though that garden may look like there ain't much fruit here. There ain't much growth here, right? This is that type of energy. There ain't much fruit here. There ain't much growth here with the 9 of Wands. This is someone tired and feels like they're not seeing the fruits of their labor. right? This is that type of energy here. God puts us through these trials and tribulations to see, are you really ready? Right? Because you got to understand, God always gives us what we ask for on the brink of like giving up. Like really like fuck it. Right? When you get into a fuck it mentality, next thing you know, here it is. Right? This is that type of energy before you get there. Right? This is that type of energy. It has to do with continuing to take things one day at a time, one step at a time. And really walking with that mustard seed faith, right? Right, because yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles, we all know that this is the slowest knight in the deck, right? So this represents, but just because this knight is slow doesn't mean that once it arrives to its destination, that it ain't going to be right, that it ain't going to be accurate. It's going to be right, accurate. It's going to be exactly what is necessary. It's going to be well put together, well planned out once it makes it to its destination, right? This is the knight that crosses every T and dots every I before proceeding forward, right? This is that type of energy. So by the time it gets to its destination, right, it's going to be right, right? But you also have to think of, you know what I'm seeing this whole energy as, the ideology God is kind of giving to me right now, is I'm seeing like FedEx or UPS or Amazon. Think about when you buy a product from offline or on Amazon or something, right? So you buy it and then you got the estimated wait time, right? This is, you're constantly tracking the package, right? And what I'm seeing here with our manifestations, it has to do with kind of approaching your manifestations as if you bought something on Amazon, right? So this is that type of energy. If you buy it on Amazon, you're not worried about if it's going to come or not. You know that motherfucker coming, right? You know it's coming, right? This is that type of energy here where what's stunning us on our growth or stunning us on making it to our manifestations, making our goals and achieving our goals is the fact is being shaky in between. I don't know if it's going to come or yeah, it's going to come. Being there's shakiness within our faith system that needs to be worked on here, right? So this is that type of energy here. So to wrap this message up, it has to do with lining up with God and being able to walk step by step at the speed of how God's speed is. And sometimes our speed may not match God's speed. And you know, God, I almost choked on air, guys, sorry. God is the Most High. So that being said, God knows what's best for you, right? And being able to trust the way God is moving in your life, understanding that God is getting you to where you got to go. It just requires you to continue to till your harvest, even when your harvest looks like it's not creating fruit or bearing fruit, or you see any growth. But high key, behind closed doors, behind underneath the ground, underneath that soil, things is growing. Things are expanding. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not working for you. Okay? All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Remember, all messages are not for all. They're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest, as well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those, you know what to do. DM me. We can get you set up. Come fuck with your girl, okay? As well as drop a comment down below. Love to hear from you guys to start the discussion. As well as let's go share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? I want you guys to have a good night. Stay up and bye-bye.